I've been taking care of you since the day I met you. Married to Medicine season. Girl, I don't know what season, I don't know what episode. But I've already told y'all, Married to Medicine is where it's at. Another sickening good episode of Married to Medicine. We get introduced into a sickening, powerful, strong black woman, Dr. Contessa. And she got a husband that's a doctor as well. Come on, get into it, Married to Medicine. Dr. Contessa is one of Toya's friends, and they have been friends for like, I think 7 or 9 years, and they're cool. And Contessa is telling her, girl, I don't know what you did with Wreck-It Ralph, but she been trying me. Girl, she called Dr. Heavenly Wreck-It Ralph. If that didn't take me out, Dr. Contessa is already doing it for me within these 5 minutes. I'm already loving her already. Dr. Contessa tells Toya about the experience that she had meeting her, and she just said, girl, Dr. Heavenly just seemed like she just ain't feeling me. And Toya says, girl, she like that with everybody. She just like that with everybody, girl. And I think personally what it is that Heavenly is just treating Dr. Contessa like that because she's new. I don't know why Heavenly thought it was like for her to do all that. Like even the bowing down, say, oh my gosh. And then she said, who is your name, girl? Gorgeous. Heavenly, I didn't understand why you got mad about that. Like, you know who I am. But in the same sense, I do get upset sometimes. I do not necessarily upset, but I'd be looking at folks side-eye when they be like, girl, I don't know who you are, but girl, you know who I am. Because 10-20 minutes later, you say, oh, you know what, I have seen some of your videos. Yeah, you have. Dr. Heavenly is talking to Laura, and Laura's telling her, girl, you're abrasive. And Heavenly don't want to hear that. I do like when Dr. Heavenly talks to her daughter, but it's becoming like too much. Like y'all doing this every damn episode, it seems like, and these are grown folks' problems. And Laura she need to be playing with crayons and damn Crayola shit. She don't need to be playing with that. She don't need to be talking to Heavenly. Your ass need a therapist for all this popping off you be doing. Quad wants to talk to Gregory about what all she does around the house, you know, making the beds and doing all this. There's a lot going on. And, you know, Gregory is not telling Quad thank you. Now, I'm interested in this because I saw this coming. Quad acts like she does a lot of work. Now, for instance, I will say that I've listened to my mother, you know, when she said all the stuff that she does now, that she does not work full time, and when she doesn't work a job, but you know, taking care of kids and making sure all her husband things are done and stuff, that is a full-time job. But Quad act like she really out here doing work. Quad, you don't have any children. I don't think you have these dogs, so although you probably making the bed up and doing all that type of stuff, like there's some easy things you can hire a maid or somebody to do that. It's not like that stuff is needed for you to do it. So Quad, I think you're just making excuses. You really doing stuff around the house so you can, you know, be secure saying, girl, I don't need to be working a job because I'm doing all this. And at the same time, Gregory don't feel like you're doing that much. So I'm kind of conflicted. I don't know how to feel, but when, you know, she was talking to Gregory and she just making stuff, well, I've done all that, you know, at the practice I made sure everything was right. And Gregory was like, Quad, I don't think you did was make sure that the plants were watered and all that. So I want to know what Quad has actually done at that practice and make sure everything was right. I want to know, was she really out here talking to the contractors? I need to see receipts because when I'm seeing, it seems like the Quad just replaces the air fresheners and stuff. Curtis is sending Dr. Jackie all kinds of gifts, Swarovski crystals and moon prism power, like she's supposed to be the new Sailor Moon or Sailor Woman or whatever you want to call it. And Dr. Jackie's just like, girl, I don't have time for this. Like, this man thinks that he can just send me diamonds and pearls and stuff, diamonds and pearls, to make me feel like a pearl. You're right here catching flights and feelings, Mr. Curtis, girl, and that was not with your wife, so you need to get it together. And Dr. Jackie has every reason to be feeling the type of way she is. So what does Dr. Jackie say she gonna do to make herself not think about what's going on? Child, what you think she gonna do? She gonna find something to do. So she's going to be preparing for fitness and getting the girls ready to get in shape for this one time a year type of situation. Like, this gonna really help them. But it's cute. So my favorite doctor, my favorite medicine wife, whatever you want to call it, Dr. Simone, you know, is out with her son, and she's talking to her son, Michael, and they at the ice cream shop, and Michael said, you know, he prefers vanilla ice cream, but he'll settle for chocolate. And he was saying that, you know, it made it seem like he was talking about women, like girls and stuff. He'll date a white girl, but he'll settle for a black girl. Oh, girl, that did not sound good at all. Now, some people compared this to Ricky Smiley's incident with his son, you know, saying that he prefers to date white girls over black girls, but he'll date a black girl. And this time that we are in now, we are realizing, I think we've always realized, but it's important, we pointed it out, especially with social media, that these men are just choosing white women, choosing them, and there's nothing wrong with dating white women. It's nothing wrong with interracial dating. It's nothing wrong with dating a white woman. But it becomes a problem when you're picking a white woman over a black woman, and you are a black man, and a black woman has raised you in a black ass household. I'm not here for it. Now, Dr. Simone, she out on Twitter, and Cecil on Twitter too, and they saying, hey, I'm gonna block you if you say something negative about my son. He was just playing. Yeah, but y'all got to understand what's good for the goose is good for whoever, girl. And y'all was a goose, and duck goose, y'all got out. And Bravo shaded y'all ass down. Bravo could have edited that clip out of there. They could have, told you that was in there, but they didn't care, because this is what happens to you in TV. So when you say things, this is what captures. Like, this is what the tea is. So it's messed up. But I hope you talking to your son about the importance of making sure that he understands that black is beautiful, and you're not gonna put a white woman above anything else. Like, you're just not gonna do it. And I'm not a fan of it. That's why I always question when a black man is with a white woman. I can side. Now, I ain't gonna be anti, but I'm gonna make sure that you ain't on here tap dancing, honey. But Simone said her son didn't mean that. He gets nervous in front of the camera. But I ain't like it. I mean, he young, he's saying, stupid stuff, but I think that was a time to educate him, considering that Michael is, growing up in a different type of household where, his mother and father both have good jobs, they're making good money. He's probably in a different environment. He's probably around more white girls than black girls, just because, Dr. Simone and Cecil right here making coins. So, it's not a lot of black folks out here making the money that Dr. Simone and Cecil are making. So, but I hope he ain't thinking that this is, that white is the greatness and white is great. I just hope he's not thinking that. But that's when you have to educate your child about stuff like this. So I hope you're doing it, Simone. So Simone is talking to Michael about divorce. And come to find out, Simone, I didn't know that you were saying something about divorce in front of your children. Like, Simone, like, I was on your side, but I'm beginning to think that you are kind of popping off, and you saying kind of inappropriate things around your children about divorce and stuff. That's not something that you do, so you need to work on this, sis. I was not here for that at all. Toya's father is a cheater, and Toya was honest. Toya said, look, this is the reason why, it's hard for me to, it was hard for me at one point to date men, because the only man I seen, the first man I saw, and introduced to was my father, and he was cheating on my mother when I was young, so that's what I thought men do. And I'm glad that Toya was honest about that, because sometimes our upbringings do shape how we are. I'm sure the folks understand that. But she was able to understand that and unpack it and fix it and say, look, and her husband, Eugene, showed her different side. And I like Eugene. I like him when he paying bills and getting sleep. So Quad talks to Simone about, the situation with her talking to her husband and saying that she doesn't feel appreciated, feeling unappreciated. I understand, Quad. And Quad says, she feels like that Gregory is holding the mortgage over her head. And she said, well, here's the check for 12 months of the mortgage. I don't believe for a second that Quad said, here go the check for 12 months of the mortgage. I don't believe that shit at all. I don't believe it. But you know what? I would not be surprised if she tried to help pay it and then Gregory said, no, you good, because men do that. So I wouldn't be surprised if Gregory is using something to hold over Quad's head. Men do shit like that. Men want to feel like, they do shit like that. Quad, you have allowed this man to do this. And it is what it is, sis. So, girl, I don't know what to tell you, honey. Maybe you can figure it out. Maybe you can get it together, honey. I hope you get it together. But, she was crying and telling Simone what's going on. Simone got her own issues with her husband. So they both crying a river. And I hope that they can use that to help them out. I honestly hate that Quad and Simone are going through this situation, because I've grown to like them. We get to Fitney, all the women, all the men are there. The teams are split up, and they working out, and they doing, jumping jacks and all type of stuff, and Contessa is just getting it. Contessa out here working, honey. I like Contessa. When she introduced herself and her children and stuff, it was cute. Girl, when they was eating them hot dogs, I was like, Dr. Contessa, now, I don't know if you ain't got enough time because you're too busy playing and something about a heart rate and stuff, but you need to, girl, your kids need to be eating something other than hot dogs, but you understand, like, kids like hot dogs, but hot dogs are something nasty. I hate that. But she was getting on the nanny that she got. She said, hold up, sis. Like, they need to be eating some real food. Now, they were eating some turkey. I think it was some turkey spaghetti. I was like, come on, because look, there's so much to be said about that when I saw that, because I mean, she was able to afford to cook better for her children and know about a more healthy lifestyle, like versus everybody else. So girl, there's so much to talk about there. Me and Adrian will possibly be talking about that on the episode of For the Culture Podcast, which drops tomorrow. Make sure you're checking it out. So during all this, Heavenly talks to Toya about the situation that happened previously with Contessa, and Heavenly just trying to what she said, she trying to be nice and talk to Toya. And Toya said, girl, no, you full of shit. I ain't believing nothing. You ain't have to do all that. So Heavenly cuts it off, and Toya said, you know what? Let me just go get Contessa. So she brings Contessa over there, and Contessa just calms it down. It seemed like Contessa just said, girl, I'll bite the bullet. I'll take the blame for that shit. I apologize. And Heavenly feels some type of way now. When Heavenly was called her Contessa, I was like, girl, Heavenly, you trying to see. When she start dragging your ass, it's going to be funny because she a doctor. She a doctor, and girl, she was already dragging your ass for you not be able to finish that challenge, but you kept it cute when you dragging yourself and said, girl, I just get the fat sucked out of me, so girl, but Dr. Contessa, like, she can drag your ass, honey, in the field and in them words, okay? But I'm glad they got that out. I'm just glad they had a conversation about that. Simone and Cecil talked to a therapist via FaceTime, and the therapist started to notice, the counselor, whatever you want to call it, noticed that, every time that, Simone said something, Cecil puts his head down, and he was just like, why do you do that? And he asked, is this something that always happens? So Simone and Cecil, from what I'm getting, from what I'm understanding, and from what my friend explained, especially with them having two different houses, they just need to get divorced. I just don't see them working it out, and I want them to because I like both of them. But I just like, girl, if y'all got this much, y'all just need to call it quits and just move on. And yeah, it's gonna hurt Michael and the kids and stuff, but once y'all can still have together a co-parent or whatever. But girl, I don't know, honey, because y'all bothering me, honey. Y'all getting on my damn nerves, honey. Y'all getting on my nerves. But this episode of Married to Medicine was cute, honey. I enjoyed it. This Married to Medicine episode it's better than Housewives. It's just better. I hate everybody ain't watching as much as they watching Housewives. But Married to Medicine is where it's at. Like, it's so many different real storylines that are realistic and not bullshit made up. Next episode, they ladies gonna be taking their ass to New Orleans and catching flights, honey, and not no feelings. They're going to be trying to get Dr. Jackie to stay in the Lucifer house. She ain't going to be interested in that. We have a busy week. We got Thanksgiving coming up. We got Thanksgiving Struggle Place, honey. We got Love and Hip Hop coming on tonight, honey. I'll be on the road headed to Memphis soon. Oh, so much going on, honey. So y'all make sure y'all follow me on all social media, honey. Make sure you're ready for the next episode of For the Culture Podcast that comes out tomorrow. She will be up tomorrow morning for y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed all the content that I'm putting out this week or today, honey. I love y'all so much. Tell me what y'all thought about this episode of Married to Medicine. And what do you think about Cecil and Simone's relationship, possible divorce? Let me know in the comment section, and I'll talk to y'all later on tonight. Bye. Bon appetit.